Fred Mays. Welcome back to a new live stream. And today, hello Fred Mays, welcome back to a new live stream, and today we'll be deciphering the screaming patterns of invisible ducks while staying on one leg inside a microwave filled with jelly beans. Now, before we begin, I'd like to thank my beautiful partner over here, the Sentient Toast, for powering my thoughts through psychic breadcrumbs and seasonal allergies. Anyways, so first we'll summon the Elder Broccoli by chanting the sacred words, Chunga Spaghetti Trampoline. Everyone at home, chant with me, or the ceiling tiles will start judging you again. Same thing. Oh, look at that. The floor just turned into a tax account. Say hello, Gerald. And the floor screams in binary. Classic Gerald. Now,
it's not that long.
Okay.
Throwing ping pong balls at a portrait of my future mistakes while the moon judges us from a suspiciously low orbit. That's right, NASA's involved, but only as spectators, or muffins, I forget which.
Alright, I'm just gonna zoom in a little bit. As if you're gonna read that regardless.
And remember, if you see a purple spoon in your dreams tonight, do not accept its soup. That's how the Ravioli King lost his throne.
Alright, let's light the ceremonial kazoo and sing the anthem of the Forgotten Sock Dimension. Oh, not the Sock Dimension again.
Oh, it's doing lore, dude.
Well, we did this like off camera so they wouldn't know. We're not gonna describe anything. Anyways, wiggle wiggle, oh great lint. Take my taxes and my mint. Sneeze on Tuesdays, don't ask why. My pet cactus learned to fly. Okay, chat, spam dinosaur emoji if you just turned into a sentient carpet square. Until next time, this has been your host, Harold McChooseface the Fourth, signing off with one final scream into the void. Ah! Livestream cats 2 static and then a single pickle rotating in space. That was the best intro ever. So anyways, today, what are we doing? We're having ChatGPT do these story thingies. So what we're gonna do is, I have this thing I asked it to do. I have it say, finish the story and make it make absolutely zero sense. And then I start out like a sentence, and then ChatGPT then has to finish the rest, basically. So copy paste that, finish the story, and make it make absolutely zero sense. Now we can start out with like, one day I was waking up and there was a knock on the door, and what was on the other side shocked me. The thing that was on the other side was ... and then enter. We'll see what it comes up with. See if I can even read. Okay, I already see something coming up in bold words. Alright, anyways. So, one day I was waking up and there was a knock on the door. And what was on the other side shocked me. The thing that was on the other side was a sentient bowl of alphabet soup, screaming a profanient, whatever that means.
In Latin.
Yeah, what he said.
Those are like bad words.
Oh, I see. It threw a toaster at me and yelled, "The spatula knows what you did in 1997. What did you do in 1997, Michael? What did you do?"
Ask the spatula.
I hadn't even been born yet, but that didn't stop the ceiling fan from growing arms and handing me a sub. Forget about that. Anyways, it made of cheese. Naturally, I invented the soup
I invited the soup for tea, yeah.
But the tea was actually molten rubber ducks pretending to be diplomats from the United States of Atlantis. We sat down on the couch, which was actually a retired opera singer named Greg. And the soup explained that the fate of the world depended on my ability to do long division in reverse. Oh no, I'd be screwed if I had to do that. I can't even do division normally. You expect me to do it in reverse? How freaking dare you? Mm-hmm. Anyways, just then, the squirrel in the tuxedo rode. Wait.
Rode in on it.
Yes, that makes sense. The tuxedo rode on a unicycle made entirely of banana peels and declared, "The Council of Lint demands your nose hair." I panicked and gave them my car keys instead, which caused time to sneeze and reset the laws of gravity. Suddenly, my floor turned into soup, and the soup turned into my third grade teacher, who turned into a cloud of bees that spoke excessively in knock-knock jokes. And that's why I can't go near dishwashers anymore without hearing the national anthem of Iceland playing backwards through my left shoe. The end, or the beginning, or maybe it's just lunch. And that's it.
The third grade teacher was your floor turned into soup machine.
So yeah, that's the kind of stuff that happens when you ask ChatGPT to do these things. So what other things could we add in? Do you have any prompts that we could have it do?
All right, class, today we're going to talk about...
Okay. All right, class. Today we're gonna about ... And all right, class. Today we're gonna talk about the economic impact of invisible sandwiches on the moon's ability to play jazz flute during leap years. Please open your textbooks to page banana and remove your socks as per tradition. Now, can anyone tell me why the number 7 betrayed the alphabet during the Great Pudding the Great Pudding Revolt of 1842? Yes, Jeremy, because the platypus forgot its license to trampoline. Exactly, give Jeremy a goldfish. Next, we'll be performing a group activity where everyone pairs up with their evil twin and debates the morality of elbow macaroni. If you don't have an evil twin, you'll have to borrow one from the lost and found not the lost and found bin. The lost and found bin under the sentient chalkboard. Anyways. Suddenly the classroom walls dissolve into jelly and start humming the theme song from a non-existent soap opera. Now, who can tell me the square root of a whisper? I don't know where the disper went. That's a W, not a D. Anyways, whisper divided by the emotional weight of a left-handed balloon. No one? That's okay. We'll just consult the sacred binder of eternal homework regret. And then the teacher pulls out a glowing binder that screams when open. What is this, Harry Potter?
I don't know, bro.
Anyways, and remember, your homework is to interview 5 fire hydrants and write a poem from the perspective of a confused spaghetti noodle navigating airport security. All right, class dismissed. Unless it's Tuesday, in which case you now live here. Oh, okay. So yeah, that happened.
Well, that was a twist.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about that one. Other than let's do it again.
Yes.
Okay. What should it be? Hello, welcome to ... Sure. We'll see what happens. Hello, welcome to Grandma's Interdimensional Llama Polishing. Okay, I'm having a stroke trying to read this. Hello. Oh, okay.
Hold on. Move out of the chair. I gotta read it.
Because apparently I can't read.
Hello, welcome to Grandma's Interdimensional Llama Polishing Symposium, where reality is optional and shoes are considered an aggressive political statement. Please take a complimentary balloon anvil hybrid from the screaming basket near the door to find a seat shaped like their least favorite vegetable. Our keynote speaker today is a kazoo playing walrus named Deborah, who once won a Nobel Prize for teaching potatoes how to tap dance in Morse code.
I see.
Before we begin, please silence your elbows and turn your phones louder so the ceiling knows you're listening. Today's initiatory includes a live demonstration of how to butter toast using quantum entanglement and exactly 7 frogs. A dramatic reenactment of the moon arguing with the bag of expired marshmallows.
Okay.
An emotional group therapy session for confused spoons. And of course, a mandatory 14-minute interpretive sneeze break. Refreshments will be provided by the Council of Confused Geese, who prepared an exquisite feast of...
I really like the word confused a lot.
Imaginary lasagna served on invincible frisbees. What? If at any point during the event you begin to levitate, grow gills, or remember things that haven't yet happened yet, don't worry. That just means training is working. Thank you, and always remember, never trust a pineapple in sunglasses after 4 p.m. Oh my gosh. Is this
Anytime before that is completely fine. Because that makes sense.
Oh yeah, fireworks explode, but only in your imagination.
Is that like a... like a quote or something?
Hold on, I've got a good one.
Quote.
I've got a good one. This is why. So there's this one time ... This is why you should always read the terms and conditions instead of what I did. Instead of
No, you
what
should just
I did.
pause at conditions.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Conditions. This is why you should always read the terms and conditions, because one day I woke up and legally owed my soul a law gnome named Reginald, who speaks only in riddles and collects expired yogurt lids as currency. Apparently, in paragraph 37b, because subclause waffle, I had agreed to host weekly dance battles in a volcano against a sentient calculator named Donna. If I even missed one battle, my elbows would be repossessed by the Ministry of Confused Hamsters.
Again, was confused again.
I tried to cancel, but every time I clicked unsubscribe, a man in a snail costume rang my doorbell and handed me a banana that whispered, "You know what you signed up for."
You know what you signed up for. That sounds...
By clause 19.pi, I also became a legally recognized citizen of the United States of Cornbread, which meant I had to vote in every election using interpretive dance and fruit-based metaphors.
Interpretive dances again.
And don't even get me started on the optional pancake tattoo clause. It was not optional. Now, every Tuesday my kneecaps glow and recite Shakespeare. Yes, I will. So please, for your own safety, read the terms and conditions before agreeing to adopt 12 invisible otters, or entering a legally binding clauses that or entering a legally binding chess match with the concept of gravity. That made no sense.
Should we show like the ones that we've done before?
If you want to.
Like, I posted those ones on the community post, so I'm gonna go to my channel real quick. Shameless plug, it's fine. I have to go over here. Oh look, that's me. It's me right there. Don't worry about that. I'm just gonna go over here, and then we're gonna go to post.
Yeah.
And then which one should we do? Let's see. There's the breaking news one.
Do the first one you've ever done.
If I can find it. Lemonade.
I think you passed the first one.
I might have, yeah. So
I've done it.
I think it's this one. I've done it. I finally figured out what the meaning of life is. Here it is. Melted cheese on a trampoline during a lunar sneeze. Ritual performed by 6 synchronized flamingos in tuxedos made of recycled pancakes. It came to me in a dream, or maybe during a conversation with my toaster. It's hard to say. The point is, I was wearing a hat made entirely of old calculator buttons and reciting poetry backwards when the universe whispered in my left elbow, "Spleens are optional, but interpretive dancing wombats know the truth." So I followed the trail. I boarded a bus made of jelly beans, driven by an emotionally unstable walrus named Greg. He only made left turns. Anyways, even when we needed to go straight, eventually we arrived at the eternal vending machine. Nestled between a cloud that smelled like Tuesday and a suspiciously wise bowl of cereal, I inserted exactly 17 acorns, sang the national anthem of a forgotten sock dimension. Again with the sock dimension!
It's lore, dude. It's lore.
And boom, the machine spat out a napkin that read, "Banana phones are only funny on Wednesdays." Because that makes sense. They're only funny on Wednesdays, apparently. Anyways, that's when it hit me. Life isn't about answers, it's about llamas in bow ties, hosting reality shows for ghosts who knit existential dread into sweaters. And so I danced backwards into the sea. And yeah, that's what the meaning of life is, apparently.
Dancing backwards into the sea.
Anyways, there's like a news one that I did. Anyways, breaking news, an unexpected turn of events. The moon. Oh wait, I actually did a video about this.
Yeah, you
I did
did.
a short. We're not gonna watch.
You
it
guys gotta
short.
watch it
Yeah.
if you need to understand it.
They don't need to. It's fine. I'll just read it here, anyways. Breaking news, in an unexpected turn of events, the moon has officially declared itself a sandwich. Astronomers worldwide are baffled as telescopes confirm layers of lettuce and what appears to be provolone orbiting the Earth at precisely the speed of jazz. The president of Sweden, who is now a toaster named, held an emergency press conference underwater, flanked by a delegation of synchronized whales and a diplomatic ferret named Don Giglio. "This changed everything," said Carl, while lightly toasting a crumpet with one foot. Meanwhile, on Wall Street, the stock market has been replaced with interpretive dance. Investors now determine portfolio health by how vigorously pigeons tap dance on the hoods of abandoned hot dog carts. Economic analysts recommend putting all of your money into inflatable pineapples and emotionally stable llamas. Back at the Moon Witch, NASA's top scientist, Professor Elbow, has entered into a treaty with the lunar pastrami, because that makes sense. Anyways, it spoke to me. He claimed it said, "Bring me pickles or face the consequences." Wow. He's dead. He's bored out of his mind already. We've only been here for like...
I'm texting. My mom texted me.
Yeah, you're right. You look like they're just dead. Inside, as we all are. Anyways, as the world scrambles to understand what dimension it's accidentally slipped into, one thing is clear. Gravity is optional. Thursdays are now legally triangles, and this broadcast has been brought to you by the letter Q and the sound of a confused kazoo.
Everything's
Stay
confused.
tuned for weather brought to you by a sentient salad.
Everything
So yeah,
is
that was the
confused.
news.
Do the next one.
Alright. So yeah, there's just like some random ones. These aren't even like from weird story things. This one is though. Oh no, it's...
Oh, I remember
wait.
this one.
The carpet blinked twice, then rolled itself into a burrito and whispered ancient kazoo rhymes from the depths of its polyester stole. Gerald, who was definitely not a raccoon in a trench coat, screamed in a Morse code. "Not the ducks again," he yelled, launching a spoon into orbit, using only the power of regret and leftover lasagna. Suddenly, the moon turned it around and revealed it was just a big silver pancake held up by extremely tall flamingos named Carl. All of them, every flamingo named Carl. Very specific about the flamingos being named Carl.
Yeah.
Anyways, the awakened thing, the it, started dancing the forbidden tap dance of dimension folding, causing time to hiccup and turn into strawberry jam. A nearby vending machine gave birth to a saxophone. "Quack wrench," shouted Gerald, which in this dimension is both a swear word and a type of salad dressing. Okay, so I guess we should have bleeped that then. Anyways, the burrito carpet somersaulted into a black hole, high-fived a ghost name made of tax returns, and left behind a note: "Beware the left sock, it knows." And then nothing happened. Forever, backwards, in French, Finn, dinosaur emoji. And that's it.
That's the best ending ever, isn't it? Finn.
Anyways, let's see. Oh, and then there's this one. A long time ago in the galaxy, very, very close. So close, in fact, it was actually inside my sock drawer. Again with the socks.
This is the one that made you laugh, wasn't it?
I guess so. Anyways, a war was brewing between the Galactic Federation of Slightly Inconvenient Sounds and the Rebellion of Left-Handed Toasters. Their leader, General Bingus, a sentient marshmallow with a vendetta. What the heck is a what?
A vendetta. That's
What
like,
the heck is that?
That's like where you're trying to kill something, or like where you really hate it.
So they just hate jazz music, apparently.
Yeah.
Anyways, so Gerald Bingus, a sentient marshmallow, just has beef with jazz music and a collection of cursed spoons. I was just a humble space cactus farmer until one fateful Tuesday when the moon blinked twice, again with the moon. It blinked twice and turned into a bagel. Suddenly, everything smelled like regret and root beer.
Again with the regret.
It sounds like something that Grace Still Plays would do. Anyways, the sky screamed in lowercase and gravity filled for unemployment. My pet flashlight, Kevin, whispered it's time and morphed into a diplomatic wormhole, wearing a tuxedo made of moss. I almost said moose. It's fine. Same thing. Anyways, I was recruited by the International Bread Council.
Beer Council.
Beard. I said that. Beard Council, who handed me a kazoo and told me I was the chosen one. Chosen for what? They wouldn't say. They just danced and reversed and dissolved into
Tapioca.
whatever that is. That food?
I think.
Same thing. Anyways, now I'm piloting a
Gelatin.
Gelatin.
Idiot.
I'm piloting a gelatin spaceship powered by emotional baggage. I read that as damage for a little bit. It's fine. Emotional baggage and guided by a psychic crab named Deborah, where we're on a mission to deliver one in parentheses, sock to the king of oatmeal before the sun finishes knitting its new sweater. Time is running sideways, the cheese knows too much, and I still can't find my wallet.
Me! Literally me!
And that's how it ends.
Yep. I think that's all the ones we've done.
Yeah, it looks like it. So yeah, that was something.
Yeah.
So that's the ones that I've done before off camera. Now I get to do another one.
Yay!
Have any of the ones that we've heard so far been good?
They've been alright.
Which ones is the best one so far?
The best one so far? It's the first one we did in the ChatGPT thing today.
Yeah.
With the third grade teacher suit.
I don't think that was the first one, but sure. Anyways, So there was this one time. ... So there was this one time I accidentally summoned a council of essentially confused dolphins by sneezing into a jar of pickles under a blood orange moon while humming the national anthem of the toaster.
Again with the toaster.
Anyway, I was just trying to make spaghetti.
Again with the spaghetti.
Yeah. Make spaghetti, but apparently I boiled the space-time continuum instead of the noodles. Long story short, my living room turned into a courtroom where my toothbrush was put on trial for tax evasion. Okay. The judge, a tap-dancing refrigerator named Cliv, who only spoke in interpretive yodeling. The jury was 12 highly judgmental garden gnomes who kept passing notes that just said lasagna is watching.
Again with the lasagna.
The lasagna is watching. It has become sentient.
The lasagna has become sentient.
Anyways, meanwhile, my pet cactus, Greg, became fluent in ancient Sanskrit. Whatever that is. I'm sure it's food. I'm just gonna continue. Anyways, and started arguing with the ceiling fan about philosophy. You don't get me, Sharon. Yeah. You don't get me, Sharon. He shouted as the fan slowly rotated in passive-aggressive disappointment. Relatable. Anyways. Then Beyonce appeared, but she wasn't actually just 3 raccoons in a trench coat selling haunted waffles. I bought one. It bit me. Now I can taste radio signals and I keep dreaming in subtitles. Anyway, moral of the story, never microwave your dreams without proper safety goggles of at least one suspiciously tall duck. Or beginning, or breakfast. It had the same ending as the other ones, except it's breakfast instead of lunch.
I mean, yeah, ChatGPT's just saying the same things now.
Pretty much. Yep. How about I ask it to start out something and I finish it?
Oh.
Give me a sentence to start with that makes 0 sense. Alright. Let's see what it comes up with. The accordion wept loudly as the moon filled for divorce from Tuesday. That's when I realized the mayonnaise on the escalator
when I wake up, it's better make me laugh.
Yep, it'll totally make you laugh.
Absolutely.
Anyways, that's when I realized the mayonnaise on the escalator is now dead. They're coming upstairs, I'll see you later. As I examined the crime scene, I noticed that it was all just okay, no, this all sucks. Never mind. Frick that. We're just gonna go back to what we were doing before. Control V. Finish the story and make it make absolutely 0 sense. What should it start out as?
Dora. No, not Dora.
Hi. I'm the short. I probably shouldn't say that. Child that is blind, apparently. Can you help me find ... Hi, I'm the short child that is blind. Apparently, can you help me find my invisible collection of left-handed shadows? I swear I left them somewhere between the 5th dimension and the cereal aisle, right next to the philosophical cucumber who won't stop screaming about taxes. Anyway, I asked a pigeon in a trench coat for directions, but it just handed me a spoon filled with unresolved childhood memories and whispered, "Beware the spaghetti with opinions." So naturally, I climbed into a vending machine and offered it a haiku in exchange for a clarity. Instead, it gave me a flamingo in a business suit and said, "This is Dave now. He's your uncle." Now Dave keeps singing the alphabet backwards while balancing on a large emotional tortilla, and I still can't find my shadows. But I did gain custody of a sarcastic cloud named Brenda. Yep, nailed it. Anyways, so unless the wallpaper turns into jellyfish again, I'm going to continue my search by tap dancing into the nearest volcano while asking strangers if they've seen my sense of linear reality. Does that make sense? Anyways, thanks for helping, or not. Either way, the chief has already voted. Yep. Anyways, what happens when I just do random letters? Okay. Those were the exact words whispered by the ancient sock prophet moments before the bathtub levitated and declared itself president of Tuesday. Suddenly, gravity started speaking fluent French and married a pencil sharpener, while the clouds began auditioning for a role in a spaghetti western directed by a suspiciously quiet lawnmower. At this point, the floor turned into a polite walrus who offered me a cup of lukewarm thyme. I declined, obviously, because the last time I drank thyme, I hiccuped backwards and accidentally erased my driver's license and the letter Q. Then, as foretold in the prophecies scribbled on the underside of a haunted trampoline, a single banana descended from the ceiling wearing a monocle and screamed, "The flamingos have escaped the bureaucracy." Yeah, that word.
Bureaucracy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I did the only logical thing. I sang "Happy Birthday" to a sandwich, turned into a conceptual art piece about confusion, and floated away on a giant question mark made entirely of ham. And that's why you should never trust vowels during a furniture rebellion.
Yeah.
Got it.
Uh-huh.
Okay, what happens when I just do numbers or something? 2, 1, 6, 9, 4, 20. 2, 1, 6, 9, 4, 20. It was not just a number, it was the secret password to unlock the hidden dimension inside my left shoe, where pineapples wear top hats and debate the merits of existential cheese. Not existential crisis, existential cheese. Anyways, that day I found myself riding a unicycle made of marshmallows across a river of sparkling spaghetti sauce, chased by a bridge of tap dancing cucumbers, chanting ancient recipes in Swahili. Is that a language? Oh well. Must be Swedish or something. Anyways, suddenly the sky turned into a giant disco ball that played the soundtrack of a snail's memories, while my socks grew legs and started a punk rock band called the Fluffy Toasters. As I reached the summit of Mount Confusion, a talking iguana named Bertrand. Yeah, best named ever. And then he handed me a map drawn entirely with invisible ink, made from yesterday's forgotten dreams. With this map, I discovered the legendary city of What?
Rocklyopolis?
That is the saddest name of a city I have ever heard. Anyways, I bet the people that lived in that city are extremely sad.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Anyways, ruled by a council of seven ducks who insisted that Tuesdays must be outlawed in favor of perpetual spaghetti showers. That makes sense. And just when I thought it couldn't get any weirder, a tornado of rainbow glitter swept me away to a land where clocks run backwards and everyone communicates exclusively through interpretive dance performed on trampolines. So remember, whenever you see the number 2169420, don't blink, or you might miss the moment when reality decides to take a nap inside a blender full of jelly beans.
Wow,
Michael's
does that mean
falling
life
asleep.
is dead?
Michael's falling asleep. He's getting bored.
Uh-huh. Alright, well, make me laugh then. What?
Didn't I even call you?
You didn't even call me.
Oh, no.
Hello? Fine. Sorry, what? It's fine. I think that was Saturday. No. You got postponed. But I'm hanging out with Jared now, so it's fine.
Do you ever look at...
Yeah.
Do you ever stop and wonder what is going on inside of their head? Anyways, what happens after that? I don't know. Well, Michael's gone. He's abandoned me. This is probably going to be the last one. So, yeah. Anyways, do you stop and wonder what is going on inside of their head? Because sometimes it's not just thoughts. It's a miniature circus where sentient marshmallows juggle flamingos wearing tiny top hats while a choir of confused squirrels sings a theme song from an underwater telenovela. Yeah, nailed it. Anyways, yesterday I peeked inside a stranger's brain only to find a disco ball made of pickles arguing with a philosophical toaster about the ethics of time travel on Tuesdays. Suddenly, the brain decided to sneeze, releasing a swarm of glittering pancakes that began tap dancing on my eyebrows. Meanwhile, a chorus of invisible llamas recited Shakespeare backwards while the walls slowly melted into a puddle of regret, flavored jelly beans, and just when I thought it was safe, the elevator inside their skull started playing jazz exclusively through interpretive broccoli. So next time you wonder what's inside their head, remember, it might just be a comedy of angry spaghetti noodles drafting a manifesto on how to overthrow gravity using only rubber ducks and existential dread. Not bread, dread. And honestly, that's probably the sanest thing happening today. Yeah, probably. I guess that would make sense. I'm gonna have ChatGPT for me. Thank you for watching. ... Thank you guys for watching, and remember, never trust a pineapple wearing roller skates during a solar eclipse, especially if it's juggling essential socks while reciting the recipe for invisible lasagna. If you see a hedgehog riding a unicycle made of spaghetti, please report immediately to the Ministry of Fluffy Umbrellas, who are currently negotiating peace treaties with the colony of tap dancing teapots. And also, don't forget to water your collection of philosophical pancakes. They get cranky if you ignore their cries for interpretive jazz. Next week, we'll be broadcasting live from inside a sentient waffle's dream, where bananas debate the meaning of wallpaper and clouds sell handmade shoes for confused pigeons. Until then, keep your left elbow warm, your thoughts upside down, and your shoes as suspiciously philosophical. Good night, and may your socks always find their long-lost partners in the laundry of eternity.